Hey guys, today I'm going to discuss about something which is used by individuals as well as financial analysts in different contexts, and that is that what is the amount that uh, forms the principal amount, and what is that comes up to be the interest component out of the total amount that one is paid, one is required to pay back when a person takes up finance from some source where there is an interest rate associated with that, right? So let us understand more into this. So say you have taken a finance of 50 lakh rupees at the rate of 12% per annum, right? And so say that this is the first period we are considering, that is the first month when you are going to make the payment. The number of periods is 240, that is roughly around 20 odd years. The future value is 0. It suggests that at the end of 20 years you are not going to keep any payment due. And the type 0 stands for the fact that you are making the payment at the end of the month. If you want to make it at the start of the month, it should be 1, right? Now how do we understand what's the principal component out here? So for that we use a function which is called ppmt. So as you see over here, we have to take the interest rate and divide it by 12, because we are doing the classification in form of number of months. Then we take period, then we take number of periods, the present value, the future value, and then finally, as you see over here, 0 stands for the end of the period and 1 at the beginning of the period. So we are assuming that we are making the payment at the end of the period, and that's why we are taking 0, right? So the amount that is coming up is 5054. So we have used the ppmt function over here, right? And if we are trying to understand what's the interest component, then we need to make use of the ipmt function, where the process remains the same, that 12% divided by 12, then the period, there's the first month, total number of periods is 240, present value is 50 lakhs, the future value is 0, and the type is 0, right? So we do this calculation and see that the interest component that needs to be paid is around about 50,000. Okay, so so as we see, the principal component is much lesser and the interest component is much higher in this total amount that is paid on a monthly basis at the start of the payment schedule, right? So let us understand how the payment structure gets to be different, say around 120 periods, let's say around a 10 years span of time. So as we see, the principal component has increased a lot, whereas the interest component has decreased. What happens at say 180 period, that's around over 15 years, we see that the principal component has surpassed the interest component period. So the principal component is much higher than the interest component period. And what happens at the end of the 240 years, 240 periods, is that the principal component is much higher than the interest component. So this is something I believe that this basic understanding is something that is required by an individual who opts out for loan, and to have that calculation at the back of the mind, and also for a financial analyst, as because this is a basic understanding that one should have at different contexts. It is used in the process of financial analysis. So I hope it adds value to you. See you next time.